Yeah, welcome back to this new Pixel Array tutorial, and today we will go to the upside down. Let's go. Okay, here we are in a fresh Blender scene, and today, yeah, we're gonna use here our Rust, which is his name actually, I think. And yeah, we want to bring in two other assets from, one is from TurboSquid and the other one is from Polyhaven. The first one from TurboSquid is this ash tree here, so let's open the scene really quick and let's see what we got. We got here this tree, and yeah, let's jump in here and prepare this one. So when we are going here into material preview, everything should be pink right now. So can't fix this. When we are downloaded all the textures, we have to go here into external data, find missing files, and then we have to select the folder where the textures are saved and find missing textures. So one texture link is missing, so we have to jump here into the shading, and let's see that we can fix this here. So let's go here into the material tag, and we have to see now which texture we need. So let's jump into the edit mode by pressing tab. It's a really high poly tree, so sometimes it's yeah, we have to wait. So let's deselect everything, and when we are now going here to the material one and press select, we can see which texture is here now for the tree. And let's hide this one. So we want to re-link here now this tree to clean. So we have to go here into the folder. Let's press this one, and you have to select here this folder of the tree now, and tree to clean. So let's select this one. I think this one, tree to clean, is it? And when we are selecting this, we can see that something is going on. The roughness map is missing as well, so we have to go, we have to go to select this one too, here the roughness map, and at last the normal map. So everything looks a little bit better here now. And the same thing now for the other tree. I think this should be this one, tree to bake, and tree to bake seamless. Now when all textures are on our tree here, let's leave the edit mode. And what we can do now is we don't need here the ivy leaf stuff, so we can only use this model here and press Ctrl and C. One thing is copied, and now we can go here into our other scene and copy and paste this one here into the scene. And as we can see here now, our Rust here has the right measures, or the right size here, 1.78 meters, and the tree is a little bit too big, I think. So we can scale this one, we can scale this one here a little bit down, so we have a little bit more realistic size here. And one important thing is now that we have here some scale stuff on it, but when we are using geometry nodes later, yeah, we have to assign here now these numbers. So we can go here to object, apply, and press on all transforms. And now you can see everything is clear here right now. And later when we are duplicating this in geometry nodes, we don't have any issues with the tree size and something like this. So let's rename this one here to tree and hide this. I will save this now. And we need some other assets here. This one is from the tree was from Turbo Squid and the fern is from Polyhaven, and we can open this here as well. And here I think the textures are linked, so let's have a look here. This is looking better here right now. And what we easily have to prepare is bring everything here to the 0. So we want to clone this stuff here later as well. And we don't have any mess ups here. So let's select here everything, press Ctrl C again. And we want to go here now into our start scene. Paste this one here, and I want to put all the stuff here into Fern collection. Select everything, press M, and then you can make a new collection. And we want to rename this here to Fern and hide this. Okay, cool. That's all the stuff which we need here now for our scene. So let's start here with the cube. Let's bring this one in here. And we want to do here some changes with the cube. So let's bring this here, the X dimensions to 70, the Y to 33, and the Z only to 0.2. And now we can start to go into geometry nodes. So let's create here a cube, or what else you like. Geometry nodes, forest. And let's jump here right to geometry nodes, and we want to create a new one, forest. Yeah, and let's get started. Let's have some fun. So I want to cut here this connection, and as always we need info, object info, because we only want to use one mesh or one 3D object, which is the tree we are creating now. Yeah, the forest with the trees, and after that we want to use here these fern stuff. So yeah, we need the object info, we need the instance on points, and we need a grid. Okay, let's put this here up and this one down. So yeah, now let's put here the grid into the points, the geometry to the instances, and the instances to geometry. We have to select now here our tree. So we are having here now tree stuff going on. And now we can duplicate and do stuff with it. So I want to change here the numbers on the grid now. So X to 30 and the size Y to 32. Forest needs more trees, so let's go with some vertices like 7 and 8. And now we have a cool forest here, but I think it looks really even, and duplicated and cloned on whatever, an army of trees, something like that. We can change this. Yeah, first let's change here the position. So we have to use here a set position node, put this one here in between, and we need a random value node, and let's change this one here to vector, and we want to put this value here into the offset. These numbers are for the final image. You can always change these numbers as you like. So yeah, let's change this here to 8.4, 38.1. Let's leave the 0 value, and we want to change here the max to -0.8 and 11.9, something like this. And yeah, we have to put here the other Z value to 0, because otherwise the trees are floating in the air. Yeah, we are here in Stranger Things, but the trees should be on the ground. So let's have some fun with some rotation. Yeah, we can duplicate this one here. Maybe let's make here some room for this one. And I want to bring in the value here to rotation. Now we are having here some weird stuff going on because the numbers are too high. Now we can change here the numbers to something small like 0.1, 0.2 and 7.2. And we need to change the max values to minus 0.1, minus 0.2. So everything is going up here now. And the last one is 0.3. But as always, play with the settings as you like. And now we can add here another one. And that's for the scale, but I want to change only the Z value. Bring the value here on the scale and everything looks a little bit messed up. So change everything here to 1. And then and this and this. But the last one to 7. So we're having a little bit more yeah, creepy, strange trees, something like this. Now we want to bring in here the fern, so let's do this really quick. What we can easily do now, select everything here, press Shift and D and put this here a little bit down and change this here now. So we only see now the fern, but one thing is that we have to change now the object info. Let's delete this or cut this by Control and X. And now we have to search for an info, but we need a collection info because yeah, we have some four of the ferns here. So let's bring this here into the instance. And we have to select the folder which is fern. Okay, it looks a little bit janky here right now, but we changed this now, or we changed this in a couple of minutes. But first we have to select here, separate children and pick instance. So we have a little bit of randomness here of these ones. And now let's change here the settings so it looks a little bit better. Let's change the grid size a little bit. So bring this to 22 by 22. And we need vertices, very high number. So let's change the vertices X to 124 to 38. So it's more like a field here right now. Change a little bit here the random value. I want to go here with a 8.5. 38.1 is okay, but I want to change the max to minus 10 and the Y to minus 14. Yeah, let's change the rotation a little bit. I want to leave all the upper settings. The max settings can be something like 1, 0 and minus 0.5, but that's up to you. And I want to go here now with a scale thing. So let's change all the stuff here to the upper stuff to 0.5, 0.5 and 0. And yeah, and let's change here the size here of the Z value to 1.4. So it's a little bit more on the ground. And yeah, one thing is that we have to go and add a transform here in between the position. So let's search here for a transform, bring this one in, and I want to change the Y to 8.5 to bring this a little bit in the back, and yeah, 0.1 to bring this a little bit up, because otherwise it's down here in the cube. So we have something like this now. And now we can bring everything together by searching here for a join geometry, and now we can put here the trees back inside. That's literally now our scene here. And now we are going to make some magic stuff here. If you don't want to make the geometry node stuff again and again, here's a quick tool for you. You can select here the tree you want to use and switch this one here over. You can go here now to the grid and clone this stuff as you like and bring this one here easily in, something like this. And now you can go here into the random settings, make some random positions if you want to, maybe something like this, and rotate this a little bit into some weird stuff. Something like this, maybe get a plane here as a floor. Put this one a little bit down. And you can scale them as well a little bit more if you like to. And rotate them into, or maybe here into a Z value. Something like this. So you have more randomness with this and create it in 1 minute. So check this tool out if you don't want to create this stuff every time again. Yeah, let's go here back into the layout mode so we have a little bit more room. Yeah, I want to change now the camera to our render view. So let's change this one here now to 0, -22 and 0.4. Bring this one, the rotation to 90. Everything else is 0. Now we can see a little bit more what we will render later. Yeah, now I want to change here some stuff in the camera settings. So let's jump right in. And we want to go here with a focal length of 25 and bring the camera in a Y shift to 0.25. So yeah, at the beginning we had a split view of the forest, and yeah, because I'm a little bit lazy, we will do the down part later in the compositing. So we only want to render the upper part and yeah, mirror it down and change the color. Yeah, let's start here with the fog. So I want to bring in here this cube. Yeah, let's scale this one up really high to 50 by 50 by 50, really big. When we are going here now into the shading, yeah, we want to add here a new material as always. Rename this to fog. We don't need the principal BSDF, press X. And we search for a volume scatter. Bring this one in to the volume. And let's bring this down here to a grayish color. 0.25 is the density, and 0.46 is the anisotropy, which I used. And now we want to go and add here some lights. Yeah, and let's change here the settings of this light. Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit laggy, so I want to go back here into the solid mode and we change later. I want to change here our light now to an area light. Bring this into a hex code color, which is an orange. Yeah, we want to increase the power to 25,000. And we want to use a rectangle, is okay. And the size is 50 by 1. And let's see where we can see this one here. Here's our area light. And yeah, we want to enable here the contact shadows. And now we have to send this one back. So let's change the location to 0, 28 and 0.6. So it's here in the back. And let's rotate this to -90, 0 and 0. So let's jump back here now into our rendered view, and now we can see we have here some cool stuff going on. But for me, I like to add here the volumetric shadows, so we have a little bit more different vibe here. But you can leave the volumetric shadows, or yeah, can enable this. It's up to you. Now we need another light, so I want to go back to solid mode, and we need a point light now. And let's bring here our lights into a new collection and rename this lights. Okay, and this is back, and this is the point light. Maybe let's rename this to left. Yeah, we want to go with another color hex code here, another orangey, a little bit darker. And I want to increase this to 10,000. And yeah, let's leave the radius by 25, custom distance, oh, it's okay. But I want to enable here the contact shadows. Let's change the position to -25, 7 and 2. Now we can see here that we're having here a little bit more colored stuff going on the side. I want to duplicate this one, this light here. So Shift and D, rename this to right, and we only want to change the X value to 25. And now we have a little bit lighter color in the back and a little brighter stuff here in the front. For more contrast, I want to go here now into the color management and change the look from none to very high contrast. So we have a little more punchy stuff going on. Yeah, as we can see here now, we don't have any floor textures or something like that. But we don't need it actually. We can go here now into the scene settings and change here the background color from this gray here to black. And now when we are going back here into our camera view, everything which is reflected is black. That is our forest scene here now. One thing is what we can do if we want to have a little bit more scary trees going on. That is, let's change this here really quick, and I want to show here the tree again. And maybe let's bring this here out of our collection, and we can hide this. So this is the tree which we are using, and yeah, let's duplicate this one here. And yeah, what we can do now is to leave or to delete here the leaves, because when we are having dead trees, I think it's a little bit more scarier. So let's rename this to dead. And we can go here into the material again and into the edit mode. And when we're now pressing, we have to see which material it is. Maybe this second one. No, that isn't this one. Select, deselect. Yeah, this is here our leaves now. We can delete them now by pressing the X and faces. And now we can see that we're having a little bit more dead tree look here. And maybe let's hide them and bring back here our forest collection. And one thing is, and we can quick jump here into the geometry nodes and change the tree to, let's see, underscore dead. And now we can see here a little bit more seen without some leaves here on the top. It's a little bit more scarier. The last thing is now we can jump here into the compositing, but first of all we have to render the image. Don't forget to hide these trees in the render as well. So everything what shouldn't be rendered should be off here by deselecting the camera. So let's do this again. Okay. Yeah, let's jump here into the compositing. Use nodes. Okay, what we need now is a viewer. And let's make a let's make a cut here and bring this one here into the viewer as well. And maybe let's zoom a little bit out. Yeah, what we want to do now is shift this image to the top of the image, or to the half top of the image of our rendering. So let's search here for a transform and bring this one in between. Our rendering has a height of 1080, so we need the half of it. 1080 divided by 2 is 540. And yeah, when we are we have to do the same thing for the bottom side of the image. So let's duplicate this transform and bring this one here in, and maybe we can take a view here now only with this one, but we bring this down now to minus 540. So that is now our bottom image, half bottom image. And now we need a mix node, bring this in between. But the problem is when we are putting these stuff together, we can see something is going wrong here right now. Even if we are changing this here to lighten, the bottom image is a little bit transparent. To fix this, let's make a little room here to fix this. We have to search here for another mix node, bring this in between, and put the transform or the image here into the bottom input. And now we can see that everything is fine. And we can do the rest of the changes. Let's bring the angle of the bottom image to 180. And maybe I scale a little bit, or zoom or offset this one here a little bit, so we can see what is happening. So maybe something like this. Okay, and yeah, for the mirror effect we need a flip. And that is looking better. And the last one which we need is a hue color, a hue saturation value. Bring this one in and change the hue to 1. Yeah, and that is the scene. What I forget to say is that when we are going into the shading, this scene will work with cycles as well. So you can do this with cycles if you want to, but that's up to you. That was this tutorial, and if you like my stuff, check out my channel, or if you want to support me, check out my Gumroad or Blender Market page. See you there, and bye.